Well, good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing, good afternoon, I should say. Hope you're all doing fantastically well. It's the return of the walkabout. Return of the walks. How are we all doing? What's going on in your world? I hope you're all doing fantastically well. And boy, am I doing fantastically well off the back of one of the most impressive wins, it has to be said, this season. Leeds United dispatching Frank Lampard's Coventry quite simply, quite easily, and that's with absolutely no disrespect. Coventry on fire. Top 4, 5 teams at this moment in time. I think it might even be top 3 form teams in the division, joint with QPR. And quite honestly, easy. Absolutely easy. And it's a problem now. And will this come and bite me on the arse? I'm confident it won't. So there are going to be brash statements from now on. Very, very brash statements, because I think Leeds are in the flow state. I really do. I think we're at a moment right now where we're getting into the groove. Daniel Farke normally, aside from last season, but normally renowned for his second season form as a manager. And by God, everybody, with one player out injured yesterday in Patrick Bamford with 15 games to go, this injury stuff that we're talking about, what if Leeds get this, that and the other, the what if brigade who have been out for the past 4 or 5 days. Look, off the back of a transfer window where the general media was saying, Leeds United might have not done well. We've gone out and we've absolutely answered the question of, is this team good enough? Are the rotations good enough? And let me remind you one more time, the options off the bench once again last night were absolutely, unequivocally monstrous. Now, I was taking a little bit of a look back at this time last year, harking to a moment of which was a personal struggle and a Leeds United struggle. QPR 4, Leeds United 0. And I had a quick glance at the bench. Jamie Shackleton, Charlie Cresswell, Joe Gelhardt, Glenn Kamara, Jaden Anthony, all amidst the bench. And there was another youngster on there as well. 6 players on the bench. And it was Joseph, I should say. Matteo Joseph was the other one. Now, Connor, you're a big, advocate of Matteo Joseph. Last season, Matteo Joseph wasn't the Matteo Joseph he is this season. Not physically imposing whatsoever. Weighed about as much as a candy wrapper in an air draft. Wasn't the same player, wasn't the same presence, and didn't have the same aura that he has now in this Leeds United setup as first or second striker. Obviously second now to Joel Peru. But if we're looking at the overall picture here, everybody, that bench last season was what we went into the last sort of 10, 12, 13 games with consistently. Jamie Shackleton never played, was never good enough. Cresswell, was he ever good enough? Now we're thinking about it. Jaden Anthony, manager didn't trust him, let's be honest. Glenn Kamara on the bench, not bad, but I'd take all the midfielders we've got right now ahead of him, to be quite honest with you. Maybe not Guy Lavoggi, but definitely in terms of the other 4, you're looking at what they can bring. Even though I like the silky smooth operator, I do look at the balance of the squad right now, the balance of the individuals we have, and I'm absolutely over the moon with what we have, especially in that midfield, which I think is the most important position on the pitch. 15 games remaining. 15 games remaining. And I'm hoping we're on the march right now. But I mean, that performance last night was so good. I've woke up this morning, the sun is shining, but that performance was so flipping good. Just like taking them apart. Lampard couldn't, he almost tactically, what he tried to do is he tried to press as high, and they try to press as high as a unit. Now, we've seen this away from home. In all credit to Fat Frank, I was giving him a bit of stick yesterday, but in all fairness to him, it's worked before. It has worked before when it's come to Leeds United. That press, winning the ball up high, squeezing Leeds a little bit out wide. But my God, he tried to do it, and Leeds were a little bit different. We weren't building up vertically, which is what Farke enjoys doing. We started going out wide a little bit more often. We started trying to expose them in those wide regions. That ball over the top, which we've said on the channel so many times, that Leeds will be so dangerous if we just hit those channels consistently. Play those channel balls with the pace that we've got. And we did that last night. And that ball over the top when they were pressing high as a unit, we must have been in 10 times. 10 times. Their keeper was their man of the match, I believe. And the class difference was just on display. The chasm was so big between Leeds and Coventry. And it should be. I always mention this, with the investment the 49ers have made in the squad, with the manager that we've got, with everything that's at our disposal, there should be a difference. And for me, last season, even with the quality that we had, we didn't bully other teams to believe that we were the best team in the division. We're bullying teams now. We bullied Cardiff off the park. There is an argument last night we should have scored more goals than that Cardiff game, which to potentially score, 13, 14 goals in a week would be obviously an English record by a country mile. But that game last night, Ramazani 1v1 missed. Peru 1v1 had to score, missed. Dan James with 3 balls into the box, of which were there for a tap-in. All didn't quite meet the desired target. Should have been a goal. We've seen them going for Leeds week on week. Solomon, a couple of really good chances in there as well. Leeds, they just battered them. We absolutely battered them all ends up. And right now, what a week we've had. And it's business end, baby. There's no way I was as confident last season as I am now. I don't care if Sunderland win at the weekend. I don't care if Sheffield win at the weekend, which I'm expecting them to do. Because I just think we're better. I think we're better than them. I think we're definitely better than Sheffield United. I've always said with Sunderland, I think Sunderland are a very good footballing team. A lot of technicians in there. They've got a balance of athleticism and physicality, but technical footballers as well. When you're looking at Isidore, when you're looking at Bellingham, who sort of counterbalance that ability of, Enzo Lafay and Chris Rigg. I really like the mesh that they've got. But we've got more. We've simply got more at our disposal. So last night was a statement, an absolute statement to the championship. And at this point, if you're not seeing what we're seeing when it comes to this Leeds United side, you got a shock. You got a shock coming up. And right now, if we go away and if we beat Watford, which we should do, bearing in mind the form that they're in, and I don't think, in all fairness, it is the same Watford side. If we go and put another job in on another side in this division, and then we go in to 2 games, Sunderland and Sheffield United, I'm buzzing for it, I'm absolutely buzzing for that. Because imagine that, you win 2 games on the bounce, hopefully we don't concede a goal. If you go in with 3 clean sheets, which, by the way, as a team, the clean sheets aren't far off Burnley now. Hopefully it gives the goalkeeper a little bit of a pick-me-up as well after he made 2 fantastic saves last night. And we go into that Sunderland game and we go into that Sheffield United game, buoyed, full of confidence. This is a different Leeds team, in my opinion, even to that of like a month ago. Where you were maybe worried about a 1-0 or maybe dropping points. We're just blowing them away. We're blowing them away with the amount of chances we're creating as well. We've now played 2 form teams in the top 6, top 8 this week. Cardiff unbeaten in 8. Coventry, 4 wins on the bounce, by the way. 4 wins on the bounce. And we've absolutely blown them away, both of them. 9 goals in 2 matches. Should have been 14 goals in 2 matches, if I'm to be a critic. But a fully fit squad still. Pascal still to come back in there. Ethan going into a back 4 and us still getting a clean sheet. Guys, it's amazing right now. And I'm buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing this morning. As you can probably tell, the weather's making a bit of an impact, of course. Me going to get a little bit of a fresh trim is maybe helping as well. But Leeds United on fire, baby. On absolute fire. And I've sort of never been this more confident with like 15 games left. You guys know, you've watched the channel for a while now. You know that I'm always a bit cautious, to say the least. But we're better than everyone in this division. We're better than everyone. I'm fully convinced of it. And we'll have to wait and see what happens. But roll on Watford. I think that was a statement win last night as well, which for me, all right, you beat Cardiff at home. We've got an excellent home record, but you're now winning games away from home. And if Leeds are winning games away from home, this division's got a massive problem. It's got a huge problem, because that was where we were faltering. I think we're joint second now when it comes to away wins or away form. So let's wait and see. But yeah, the amount of clean sheets we're getting at this moment in time as well. Melee making a world-class save last night as well, which we've all badgered him for this season. Guev putting in a quality performance. Players come off the bench who just have speed and class. The team's the best in the division. I don't care. This is why I didn't give a you-know-what about the transfer market. I just didn't care. Because you saw on display last night against one of the top teams in this division, in form right now, under a manager who absolutely loves playing us and beating us, was giving it to the fans afterwards. This was probably a game that I was more nervous for than Sheffield United and Sunderland, I'll be honest with you, because I thought this was a banana skin, I should say, that was slipping on. Leeds battered Coventry, all ends up, and it was a statement performance last night. Buzzing, absolutely buzzing. Guys, battle lines, 5 o'clock, see you there. Like, comment and subscribe.